Evelyn to Phil, May 19th, 1941, 6:15 p.m. Angel, surprise, surprise. Or did you expect it? I wanted to be sure that there was something for you in this delivery of mail. I haven't much to report, sir. After your departure, I helped Mom clean up. I changed into my green sports suit and went to the club with Jakey and Eddie. A few boys were playing ping pong, and Jakey and Eddie joined in. Having nothing to do, I just sat myself down and read a few magazines. While there, I took the words of Everything Happens to Me in shorthand. It's a very nice song. I like it. We left early, and I was in bed by 10:30. Arose at 7:45, off to work. I don't know whether to call it work because for the first time, page 2, I didn't have a single solitary thing to do except to answer the phone. Mr. Jaffe, lucky so-and-so, bought a ticket to a charity dance and won a free trip to Atlantic City, a weekend at the Ritz-Carlton, all expenses paid. Imagine! Boy, is that guy lucky. He asked me how you were and whether you had been in and various other things. He must have been feeling good, for shortly after he had returned from lunch, he called me in and said, "Evelyn, here's something for you. I saw it while I was out to lunch and thought you might like it. It's a pin, a replica of your garrison cap that opens up like a locket. A small circular picture fits inside. He said now you, page 3, can have a reminder of your husband with you all the time." I thought it was a nice gesture on his part. Mom thinks the pin is adorable and wants me to buy her one. She also thought it was very nice of him to give it to me. I called my mom and had a long talk with her. She will send you a letter shortly. Everyone at home sends their best regards. My father saw an automobile accident take place last night and helped to get the injured woman to the hospital, all of which prompted my mother to have me send you this warning. Be careful at all times. I really don't know what to write. Nothing much has happened. I hope these few incidents aren't uninteresting. Page 4. I write these things just for the sake of writing to you, sweet. If you find you are getting low on funds near the end of the week, don't borrow, just write and I'll send you what you need. I still can spare a few more dollars, so don't be afraid to ask for it. I want you to have everything you need. How's the heartburn? How was the trip back? If you're not too busy, dear, try to write to your loving wife, Ev. P.S. I tried to send you a kiss, but it didn't come out so good. P.P.S. I love you. Evelyn to Phil, May 20th, 1941, 6:30 p.m. My dear hubby, how are your tootsies? I hope that hike wasn't too tiresome. Honest, sweet, I think I can feel it too, believe it or not. I almost mailed my previous letter without a stamp. I asked Harriet to walk me over to the mailbox, and she noticed it. I didn't do very much last night. Harriet and I kept each other company. Mom called the Browns. They had unexpected company from Baltimore Sunday, so they stayed home. They were sorry that they could not see you, but will do their best to be here next time you are in. Sydney was also home. I was told to forward best wishes from all. I called Mark today. I told him to stop around. I'll tell him to write, and I'll also ask him to stop over some weekend when you are home. Page 2. I'll explain your circumstances to him and have him drop you a line every once in a while. He was glad to get some word of your whereabouts. I thought it was a good idea to call him and arrange something in this manner. I hope I haven't gone against your wishes by doing this. How are the chances for getting leave this weekend? I did the funniest thing last night. I woke up, patted your mother's arm, and said, "Are you all right, dear?" I didn't realize what I had done until I arose in the morning. Were you all right last night? I gave my Aunt Gussie a break and called her. She was more than surprised to hear from me. In fact, everything I told her was a surprise. Here again I was, page 3, told to forward best wishes. I found the enclosed penny coming home from work. I'm sending it to you for luck. Hold on to it. Mom received a card from the customs house telling her to be there on May 26th as they want to help her obtain her citizenship papers. It's wonderful the way I skip from one thing to another. I sit down to write, but find it difficult to make my letters interesting. I just jot down whatever enters my mind. I hope these tidbits will help to brighten your day. If you can take it, I can dish it out. All's well that ends well, so I'm going to end this so-called letter with page 4, all my love to the swellest guy in the world, Ev. Tuesday, May 20th, 7:30, Philip to Evelyn. My dear Evelyn, received your most welcome letter. Don't ever suggest that your letters are uninteresting. They are always that. Even if they weren't, they'd still be the brightest spot of the day. Remember that. It was very nice of Mr. Jaffe to give you such an appropriate gift. Convey my gratitude for his thoughtfulness, will you, Ev? Maybe someday soon I'll provide that little picture. The trip back here was uneventful and comfortable. We arrived with 10 minutes to spare. Yesterday went pretty much as usual, and our time was our own after retreat, 5 o'clock. So I wrote a long letter to Mark, since I had promised to do so before I left, and never quite found the time. Lil contributed a letter to the cause. She sounded somewhat nervous and distracted, but it was good to hear from her just the same. She is the one person beside you, my sweet, who has taken the trouble to write. If you see her, tell her I appreciate her thoughtfulness in writing to me. Maybe I'll find time to drop her a line soon. Tell her from me that the best thing she could do is go home. Today was different, to say the least. We were called on to repulse an enemy attack on Laurel. Harry knows where it is. At 8 o'clock a.m., we joined the column, which, believe it or not, stretched 7.5, page 2, miles. So we marched 5 minutes and stopped 5 minutes from 8 to 3:30 in the p.m. It was pretty tough work as it was very hot, and we suffered a little because we were allowed only the water in our canteens, which was insufficient in the high temperature. About 1:30, the whole company fell out along the sides of the road and grabbed an hour's shut-eye before we were called on to continue the march. Anyhow, we were pretty lucky because the advance column broke up the attacking forces and occupied our objectives, so we weren't needed in the battle at all, being the reserve force. Consequently, we were sent back. Altogether, we marched about 8 miles, and believe me, those barracks looked mighty sweet when we returned. Hot and tired and dusty and very, very thirsty. There was a great rush for the showers. After retreat, I took my bath and felt immediately refreshed. Right now, I'm feeling pretty good. I've already applied for weekend leave and expect to come in this week on the train at reduced rate. I have $3.50 left of the $5, and I don't think it will be quite enough. So if you can spare it, you might send me a couple of bucks. Why don't you call Sam's girlfriend, Ev, and get acquainted? Her number is GRA 4658. Her name is Edna Glazer. She's expecting a call. Please write tomorrow, sweet. My love to everyone. Kiss Mom for me. You know, I'm rather proud of Mom. I think you understand why. So long, sweet. Your loving husband, Phil.